I'm losing touch. Need you to save me, save me. I feel safe in your arms. Wanna stay with your heart. I'm losing touch. Need you to save me, save me. I feel safe in your arms. Wanna stay with your heart.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to your 2025 Battle of the Baldies. Let's hear it right now for Battle of the Baldies. I'm your host and play-by-play caster, Patrick Smoke Chambers, and today we will be deciding whose head is more beautiful and balder. Chris, take the hat off. Take the hat off. It's a requirement. You need to take the hat off. Hat off. I need everybody to chant hat off right now in order for me. We need to take it off. Chris, take the hat off. Take the hat off. No. Okay, you know what? He did off stream. He did off cam, but today, guys, we are going to have a very fun competition, a best of 3 in multiple different esport titles, if you consider GeoGuessr that as well. And that will get us into our format. So we're going to have a best of 3 League of Legends ARAM tournament, followed by a best of 3 Valorant Spike Rush, and then, if required, a GeoGuessr tournament to decide who is going to get the ultimate trophy prize at the end of the day, which has not been revealed yet. It's a little bit of a surprise at the end. So hopefully that'll be good and fun. draft rules are as applies. Each player, known as Shaun and Chris, can draft one player of their respective game as a coach. They cannot draft them as a player. You can only draft each individual player once. You can't take someone who you took in League, in Valorant, and then after both round 1 picks have been done, going forwards, each player can then choose a sabotage player to go on the opposite team. So Chris can try to screw over Shaun by picking someone who's going to absolutely throw his game. That's how the format works, and from here on out, we are going to just go straight into our League ARAM draft. We are going to see heads or tails. Actually, you know what? No, we'll do this. Pick a number 1 through 10. Whoever gets it closer gets the first pick of the day. I have the number in my head. Chris.
I'll let Shaun go first.
You'll let Shaun go first, Shaun? What number do you pick?
7.
Chris, what number do you pick?
6.
The correct number was number 8. So it will be Shaun who's gonna, whoa, not on stream, man. It's gonna be Shaun who gets the first pick of the League ARAM draft. Shaun, make your first selection. It could be your coach. You could do whatever order you want.
I'm going to pick Maddie as my coach.
And there it is. It's going to be Maddie selected as coach for Shaun Burney's League ARAM. And now, Chris, you don't have to pick your coach right now. You could just pick a player for your team. Do anything you want minus the sabotage player. Who do you pick as your first selection?
So just to clarify, I can't pick a League of Legends player, right?
You cannot pick a League of Legends player unless they are going to be your coach.
But I can pick a TFT player.
You could. In that aspect, yes. That's completely good.
I pick Teamfight Tactics coach Alexa.
And that is going to be Alexa as a player for Team Chris. And now with that stated, you are able to now, as round 1 is finished, pick a sabotage player. I'm just saying that is on the board now. You can totally do that. So whether you want to decide that or not, it's all up to you. But who is your round 2 selection?
I'm going to pick my sabotage player, Philip.
Philip is going to be the sabotage player. Please, Philip, make your way to the stage. Is he even here? He's at the side. Okay. Well, as we run to him, we will move on. Chris, your second selection, please, for League ARAM.
So I've been doing a lot of scouting. If you notice, I do walk around the Nexus quite a bit. I see what people are playing. I'm going to go with the young prodigy. I'm going to go with the Valorant head coach, Seth.
And Seth is your second round selection, joining Team Funston. Shaun, your third pick. You're very cold, calculated. You have been so far this draft. These are the middle rounds. You're a big guy in fantasy football yourself, much like me. We know these rounds in the middle are what defines championship-winning teams. With that in mind, who is your selection?
I just can't believe he fell this far in the draft. I take Tillo.
And it's going to be Tillo selected as the third round pick for Shaun Burney. And now, switching it, flipping the tables back over to you, Chris Hunston. Who do you select for your third round pick?
Looking around, looking to make sure he's here. I've seen him on Anivia a few times. My pick is Tommaso.
And Tommaso, recently promoted to a staff member here at St. Clair, going to be selected for Chris's third overall pick. Shaun, it goes back to you, the fourth round. Who do you select?
I'm going to take an Overwatch player because he's given me some, oh, you're up. Get up here. He's given me some insights prior, so we'll see how it pans out. I hope not.
Too late. And Chris, now with your fourth selection, who will you decide to take off the board? Mind you, I believe you still have a sabotage player that you can work with as well, right?
That's right. And he just told me he's never played League of Legends before, so I'm going to go with Sheldon Red X Stewart for Shaun.
And here we go, is now another Overwatch player, Red X, taken off the board. A huge wild card pick there, and those two have chemistry. So it's very interesting. We'll see how that works out for you. Shaun, now, as you fill out your team, potentially with the next 2 picks. It's getting close here because you have Philip as well, right? Or did he run away? Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
Ooh. Winning team.
Who is your next selection in the draft?
I take Luca.
Luca being selected, the Rocket League head coach, will be joining Team Shaun and Chris. Yeah, you can pick now your coach because you have 5 with Philip. So I guess just your coach left to go. So who is going to lead your team through this best of 3 through the ARAM?
Right off the plane from Thunder Bay, reeking of cigarettes, my draft pick is Ricky Lafleur.
Absolutely. Ricky Lafleur, some know him best as St. Rick from last year. He's a legend, and he is going to be showing up as the coach as Team Funston. But I believe with that is going to fill out the draft for League of Legends ARAM. So without further ado, once Philip arrives, well, when he arrives, hopefully he does, we will be sending it to the desk to break down this further draft. Philip's not going. Why no Philip? Okay, hold on. Plot twist. There is no more Philip, so you have a sabotage pick still in the barrel. Shaun, who do you pick with your next selection? I will give you 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
With no clear other options, I'm sorry, Adrian, we gotta pick you.
1. Adrian picked out, some know him as the LeBron of St. Clair. Player comparisons, he told me he's compared most to Flight Reacts as he is making his way down the ramp right there. But that is going to officially finish out our teams right now. Let's send it down to the casters who are going to break down this matchup.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a plot twist. Right at the very end, Philip not able to attend, Adrian picking up the final spot on Team Chris. What a draft it was as we await for our second caster. Patrick Smoke Chambers has entered the broadcast room. He will be on the desk very shortly as we get a nice zoom in on our Marvel Rivals varsity head coach, Wyatt Swag Rapson. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be such an exciting game. I was told... Now, Smoke, as he joins me on the desk, you can confirm this for me. There's a little bit on the line here, is that the fans of the team that ends up winning, they enter into a competition. Is that correct?
Yes, they do. There's a raffle happening on Friday, and there will be a QR code that will be released eventually sometime in the stream for viewers. If you scan that, you will be able to make your bets, as we are now seeing if you can gamble your way to winning more raffle tickets. The winning side gets more raffle tickets that you can be entered on for Friday. There will be gift cards and other sorts of gifts that are being handed out. Please do not miss it. It's going to be great.
Absolutely going to be great. And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, first official Saints stream of this new year, this 2025-26 year. My name is Evan, joined again by Smoke on the desk. We saw him earlier. Smoke, now let's kind of talk through this draft. I think they picked the 2 worst people in St. Clair to cast the League of Legends game, because I think between the 2 of us, we have like 10 combined hours in game time, probably all within the last 1 or 2 months. So this is going to be very interesting for us, so please bear with us as we sort of work our way through this ARAM tournament. But at least on paper, Smoke, who do you think really has the advantage in this one?
Well, you know what? We may have 10 combined hours on League, and all 10 of those are definitely going to you. I mean, with me, I might not even have 10 minutes. But you know what? Looking at these teams, honestly, with the sabotage pick, there might not even be 10 combined brain cells on either side. You have no idea how this is going to work out, but we have a doozy of a matchup here. Which pick, you were asking, entices me the most? I think Adrian. He has a boiling anger. He was literally bribing both of the team captains and Shaun and Chris not to take him. And they ended up doing it anyway, all because of Philip. So he's going into this matchup now with extreme anger, potential embarrassment on stream. He doesn't want to be a part of it, but now he is. He's been thrown into the fire, so we'll see. He's going to be throwing so hard today.
Well, you never know. Maybe this is the moment we actually see a new rising star for our League of Legends Varsity Premier team. You never know, Smoke. These sorts of events really bring out the best types of players here. We're just waiting for everybody to get in lobbies. We take a look at Matty. He is going to be the head coach of Team Shaun. I don't know, Smoke. I think Team Shaun has a pretty solid team. You got 2 Overwatch varsity players on that team. You get a little bit of chemistry there, but I can't talk about chemistry without, of course, bringing up this QR code on the screen. Ladies and gentlemen, please do yourself a favor. Scan that QR code.
Be like Alexa.
Yes, exactly. Be like Alexa. She's doing her part. Please scan the QR code. Enter into whatever competition or whatever link that sends you. Just do it. You know, you are voting for Team Chris or Team Shaun. We are getting word from the production team, so please cast your vote. Scan that QR code. But I don't know, do we have a lot of people in the audience? Do you think we can maybe get audience reaction? If you are listening in the audience and you are thinking that Team Shaun is going to take this first game, please make some noise as loud as you can. I think that was virtually 0. I don't think there's anybody left.
Yeah,
in
no,
there.
I don't think anyone's excited for
No,
this
I don't
matchup
think
as
so
much
either.
as we are, and I honestly couldn't blame them. This has the potential to be quite literally the most abysmal show of skill I think we will ever see throughout this next calendar year here at Saints Gaming. Ben, you know, we were just showing Matty on as the coach. You gotta wonder, such a good jungler in his own right, but that's not even an element today because it's ARAM. Is he just going to spout nonsense?
I think the nonsense he's going to spout, I guess you could say. He's mostly, I think, going to be helping those on the team who might not have as much experience. I know we were talking to Shaun earlier. He's a bit of a Dota player. He's not a League player. He has all his time in Dota, so we're going to see if
true.
any of those skills are transferable into this MOBA. But I think Matty's got a lot of work to do on this one. But on the other side, when we talk about Team Chris, you know, we got Ricky as the head coach. You know, we have Alexa on there. I think that was a really smart pick from Chris to get Alexa on that team. I think Team Chris, at least in my eyes, has the advantage on paper.
Yeah, definitely. But that being said, you know, you can't count Team Shaun out of it. You were talking about how he has some Dota experience. And I'll tell you right now, we were talking with him just before we went live. 900 hours, approximately, of Dota experience. So the guy is no stranger to MOBAs. But I will say, I have to agree with you. You know, Chris drafting Alexa, very good pick. Links the 2 connections together with TFT, and especially Ricky as head coach. He's always been one to lead the troops. He definitely led my class through Winter Wonderland last year as our mascot in St. Rick. The guy was unbelievable, a stud, if you may, and definitely created a lot of openings for us to succeed, and hopefully he can do very much the same to his team right here. No better coach, in my opinion. Someone who will just simply tell you if you suck or not. And if you do, he will positively engage in making you better. That's exactly what you need from a coach. No one who's going to just shy away and not tell you if you need improvement. Ricky, he gives very good critical advice. And in those dying moments, in those turning points, I think he is a little more cerebral and intact than Matty could be.
No, absolutely. I would have to agree with you there. We did get a look at Tommaso on the stage. I think that's another player you're going to want to watch. Tommaso and Luca, both very close on the Rocket League teams, both Italian as well. You know, we know they're trash talking a little bit. They have a little bit of a friendly rivalry there, so I think the 2 of them are definitely going to be trying to go after each other in this one. We're still waiting just a little bit longer to get everybody into the match here as we await this first round of the Battle of the Baldies. Again, like we said, it's just going to be a great time. Just going to be a great time, I think. You know, it's just going to be a fun, chill time.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm just glad to be back, right, sharing the desk with you, Evan. The last event I want to say we did was the Rival Showdown,
Oh my God,
the
that was
Rival
so
Show
long
match,
ago.
and that was so good. It was so long ago, but I really enjoyed my time there. And, you know, working off your last point, right, Tommaso and Luca being on the same team, we were talking about this yesterday. Potential really good people to save if you need them as you lose your pen now for GeoGuessr. And I think the reason being, we were talking about it. Anyone who plays FIFA or Europeans are typically a lot better in geography than Canadians and Americans. We just seem to kind of lack that skill set that everyone else overseas has quite well. And, by close proximity, you got to think they would have been very good picks to hold on to later on. Wasting them early, it's going to be very interesting to see what the GeoGuessr board looks like if we end up going straight into that, if it goes 1-1 in the series.
Yeah, I think we will probably get to GeoGuessr. I think it'd be nice even just to do it, just because,
Yeah.
I think we're already here, you might as well do it just to do it. But you're absolutely right about that. There are so many people, in this program, you attract people from so many different places, so many well-traveled individuals that would be able to help you in, such a decider match like that. Is Red X hitting you with the silencer there. He's ready. It's Maddie giving the last couple words of advice to his team. I think this is probably the biggest match that Maddie has ever had to coach so far. I think this is, at least in terms of stakes and pressure, I think this is definitely, the level of an S-tier type event, S-tier tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. As we see the picks coming through here for ARAM, as you said before, Maddie, a veteran in his own right. The crowd might not think it, but I think the nerves are boiling down for him. You can see he's grabbing his head. He has no idea what's going on here. His team is already in shambles. You got to think, he's probably thinking already, it's so chalked. I mean, you can just tell. The pressure is overwhelming. All those matches versus Maryville doesn't matter. It's a write-off. It does not come close to the pressure he feels in this current moment. He has Team Shaun to represent. His esports director, the guy was his professor, as was mine, for 2 years in the running. He asked to make him proud, and I don't know if he's meeting the task right now. I don't know if he's part of it.
I think there's a lot of pressure on Shaun as well. I think if you're going by the name of the esports professor, one would assume you are the ultimate gamer. So, if Shaun isn't able to show out here and not perform well, that title might come into question. I think if you really think about it here, how can you be the esports professor and the ultimate gamer if you can't perform against your own colleagues?
I have one question for you right now, Evan.
Sure.
Right? I was talking to Shaun a long time ago, and he was saying for every organized event by an actual game developer, he was thinking about getting a tattoo for every national championship that his collegiate teams win. This potentially, for him, could be that important, because this is now not just a collegiate thing. This is a personal feud, a vendetta against a man who he once considered his very own friend, coming out on top. Do you see Shaun potentially getting a tattoo, winning the first ever Battle of the Baldies?
Ooh, you're really asking the hard-hitting questions here, Smoke.
I am.
I really appreciate that.
That's all I
about
do.
You. I don't know. We'll have to check in with Shaun at some point to see his thoughts on that. I don't know if he'd be as enthusiastic about that.
What would the tattoo
as
even
you.
be?
Oh, that's good. That's a great question too. Man, you're just hitting me back to back. Would it just be just like a nice
I wish
sheen,
you didn't drop your pen. I would have had you draw
Yeah, I
some
know, right?
designs
I don't even know
now.
how that happened.
Here, hold on. I got another one.
Oh, perfect.
We can get you a little drawing going, and you can show the
dude,
stream
I'm the worst person to do this. I'm not
potentially
a good artist.
potentially what we could be in for here.
See, again, you chose I think you chose the single worst person to be a part of this event here. Not a good artist, not a good League of Legends, enjoyer either. But I don't know. Maybe if you were gonna do a tattoo, when I think of someone who's bald, I'm thinking about the circular aspect.
This is already a beautiful start.
It's in process. It's in progress. So please do not.
I already
look
see the
over
vision.
my shoulder. Thank you. See, I don't even know. I guess. So like I said, I don't even know. Audience at home, I don't even think I'm gonna show you this this masterpiece. This is,
I will.
This Evan Johnson original here. Maybe it could just be maybe like a big head, maybe some sort of like a smiley face, and then maybe sort of like a little sheen.
Little lines? No, they don't have that. They don't have hair.
No, I'm not putting lines on there. I'm doing.
Oh, I
Just
thought you were
a
drawing
circle.
hair for a second. I was like, no,
no,
Evan.
dude. I was trying to do it's like sparkling because the head is so so clean. But again, I don't think that would really work. But again, a nice fun little doodle, at least for the two of us here.
There you go. Why don't you walk up? You show that to the camera real quick, just to show the folks at home.
Why don't I get up?
Yeah.
Hold on. I don't know. My headset's not going to reach.
No, you just take it off. Just join me back in the desk in a couple moments here. I'll narrate for you as we can get the reveal of potentially what Shaun's next big tattoo could be. Are you making some late additions to it? Don't do that now. It's too late. What, like a signature? Are you adding a signature to it? Stop dilly-dallying around. Let's go. Walk up to the camera. Let's see right now. There we go. If we could flip back to Castercam for literally one moment, I just want everyone to see the artistry that Evan's drawn up on the desk here. Go on. It's good enough. I think it's good enough. There's a nice smile there. Hold it still. Hold it still. It's close enough, but we're going to get jumping straight into gameplay here in this best of 3 League of Legends ARAM. Team Shaun going on to Team Chris. And let's see how it all goes down. It's going to be SCC Nexus immediately slaying one and finds the double kill, as well the triple. The quad is just going absolutely insane right now. An ace, and immediately Team Chris going feral.
I think this is exactly what we were predicting. We knew that Team Chris had a strong team on paper. I think they gave us an extra challenge because not only do we not know who these champions and their abilities are, we have no idea who is on which account here. But if you had to take a guess, I probably would think it was Alexa that was getting that first quad kill. We know she has a lot of time in both League of Legends and TFT. I'm looking for her to lead Team Chris to victory in this ARAM here.
Well, again, Alexa is showing everyone how it's done potentially. Don't have the exact answer to that now, but hopefully we find that out later with a little more clarity. But as of now, we can see both teams starting up. They have another team fight on their hands. It's going to be some early aggression coming out, but everyone just backing up until you can spot an opening here, Evan.
You can really tell that Team Chris really using the most of their space. Team Shaun looking a little lost here. Most of the members of their team, less than half, having to retreat as well as that QR code pops back up on the screen yet again. Please, we are begging you, vote for who's going to win in this exciting ARAM tournament.
You have a little bit of an advantage here. He's already leading
so?
on kills 5-1 for Team Chris. So if you were smart, you'd go on that QR code right now and you'd vote for Team Chris. But now we see Team Shaun able to find the first pick here in this engagement. The trade comes back in though. And now Team Shaun, they seem to have found a little bit of ground, and yet they have to pull back. We see a member DCing already. Disconnects are happening, and immediately St. Clair. It's just, it's a tough day at the offices, and I believe that was Team Shaun, who is currently without one of their members.
I believe he did, or they did reconnect back into the game, but still early lead for Team Chris. Up in gold advantage as well. Team Shaun has to find an answer, to break through this tough defense of Team Chris, because you know that Chris, like we said, this is such an intense event. And I think, Patrick, we need to really get on the ground level. We need to actually get into the mindset
I couldn't agree
of
more.
these teams. So let's get a listen in on Team Chris's comms.
I believe we're getting confirmation that team comms are not working.
But but if they were working, they would be, very intense. I think they would be laser focused. We'll try and get that fixed hopefully for Valorant, but we press on here. Team Shaun picking up a couple more kills, but Chris hitting double digits, but Shaun closing the gap in terms of that gold advantage, just over 1,400 for Team Chris, but Team Chris still dominating, but everyone's still sort of locked into the middle of the map here. No one really gaining any sort of advantage, but
Huge
Team
plays
Chris,
there from Team Chris.
Huge plays from Team Chris. that first turret is going to fall as they advance farther down the map. It definitely looks like Team Chris is going to be taking this one. I haven't seen a whole lot out of Team Shaun to really make me change my answer here and flip the other way.
Well, you know what? I think if we had to visualize what the comms were kind of looking like for Team Chris right now, they'd be sitting there and saying, 900 hours. Shaun, you wasted 900 hours of your life right now because you are just getting absolutely demolished. We are just taking this team, stripping it bit by bit. The gaps are just too open. Team Chris running away with this one so far in terms of kills. Like you said, they take the first turret. It's definitely going to be a lot of mental and physical recovery for Team Shaun right now to be able to get on that kill board, but also mentally not think that they're down and out of it. And you know, Shaun, just as a professor, as a person, usually one to rally the troops. Maddie, I don't really know if I can say the same for him, but what do you think right now that Team Shaun needs to do? What is Shaun telling his players right now, if you had to imagine, to get them back into this game?
Just lock in. You know, just try and lock in and just, you know, don't take dumb team fights. Don't try and advance too far. You know, if you have your flash, make sure you have it and able to get back where you can. But it's so tough right now. I mean, Team Chris is already up, you know, with a decent gold advantage. I'm getting word, though, from our lovely producers that we do have team comms available. Let's check in.
Hello?
Absolutely thrilling stuff from the team comms here, as I don't think anybody wants to say anything super intense in this game here. As
All right.
And now, as we go back.
I can't fucking play this champion at all.
well, yeah, all right, yeah. That was probably that was
Is he dead or did he live?
Team Shaun,
He
ladies
died,
and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah, I got one. Let's
Team
go.
Chris running away with it right now. 20 kills for Team Chris here. Shaun's team with a measly 12, trying to take some space and find that opening pick to get something going here, but nothing is going on here. Team Chris just too juiced right now to stop. You know, you had mentioned earlier the mental aspect of this type of competition, especially with somebody who's, you know, a close colleague, you know, a close personal friend. How do you stay mentally sharp in an event like this?
Well, I think the number one thing that you have to think of for Team Shaun here is just the pacing, right? A couple other players are getting a little bit too antsy, and I'm noticing that Team Chris, they're able to just kind of fire off pick damage, and they always seem to find one person from Team Shaun who's just the tiniest bit overextended. Immediately you see how they've utilized their hooks as well to pull some people in closer, and they're able to find the man advantage. Once that happens, you just have to slowly pull back. You can't take the team fight at a man disadvantage, and that being said, it allows Team Chris to slowly take ground and move forward. They have a good support system in play here. None of their players are getting too low on health before anyone can take advantage. So I think that Team Shaun, they need to try to sit and play for the long game. Team Chris, they're able to just find these little microaggressions, and they're able to exploit them from Team Shaun. I think that's kind of what the difference maker is, and it's just kind of fruits from how the first team fight went overall, in my opinion.
I think something else that's worth noting is the big pick, or the big sabotage pick on Team Chris was Adrian. And so far, I mean, Team Chris has been dominating. Every single member of Team Chris has at least one kill. So Adrian is contributing. You know, maybe that sabotage didn't exactly go the way that Shaun was expecting for him as we get into another just massive team fight here. That's a lot of blue members of Team Shaun going down. Team Chris once again victorious in that team fight. More champions getting stronger as they continue down the map, slowly chipping their way through the defenses of Team Shaun. That's another pick for Team Chris, and they are just absolutely unstoppable now.
Right, I mean, the trades did come through, but at the end of the day, the ground has been taken, damage going down to the next tower now. as we see a pick come through again. It's just trade central. Now Team Shaun getting a little bit of free picks at the end of this engagement, and they're finally able to kind of mark their way back, make Team Chris have to retreat. But that being said, the damage was definitely done. A very successful attempt by Team Chris to at least get a little more damage on that towers.
Absolutely.
Now, Team Shaun, you just got to focus on the counterattack, in my opinion.
Yeah, now would be the time to press that attack. You have a lot of members of Team Chris who have to make their way back into the fray. Unfortunately, you couldn't finish off that last member of Team Chris who was able to escape and heal up a little bit. Now Team Chris returns to the fight. Team Shaun out of position.
They're so aggressive.
So aggressive, Team Chris, as they're looking to put the nail in the coffin right now. This could be a deciding team fight. Once again, it's just pure domination from Team Chris, but trades do come through. The match will continue just a little bit, but I think this is really just delaying the inevitable.
Yeah, I think, overall, this is just a Ricky diff, in my opinion, right? As the head coach, I was speaking with Maddie one time. Me and him, we were in the same class. I've had a lot of time to talk with the guy. He was someone who always stated, 100%, by the way, this is not false news, that he could always make something out of nothing. You haven't been able to do that right now. There's a whole lot of nothing going on for Team Shaun right now. And Team Chris, you just got to be very supportive of Ricky's coaching so far. It seems like it's definitely paid off. Definitely was doing some scrims with this team pre-draft. They knew what the game plan was going into it. I have to imagine, just based off of preparation, both teams, they had their moments. They had their 15 minutes to get sorted here, and I think that Team Ricky has just done too much, and Team Shaun, they just don't know how to combat these beautiful strategic plays that we're seeing right now out of Team Chris, led by Ricky LaFear.
And again, look at the way that Team Chris is really owning the space here. Team Shaun was so far up, and then slowly they get pushed back into their own end. Team Chris just completely dominating here as we're just getting teased with our next team fight. Both teams just trying to find the holes in the defense, trying to wait for the perfect opportunity to jump in. Some pot shots going out from both sides. Nobody wants to commit. Nexus Games 1 has to be careful. Just about of a quarter HP left for them. Team Chris, though, creep slowly. They creep slowly forward. That tower's so weak, and there it goes. Not much left in terms of defenses for Team Shaun as another massive fight erupts right after that tower goes down. And look at this, Team Shaun coming out on top. Team Chris having to retreat now. Big victory for Team Shaun. They can keep stringing those together. They might mount a comeback here, potentially.
Yeah, I mean, that being said, the tower was definitely taken. Team Shaun, they're kind of down right now, 2-0, so the ace happens, but now for Team Shaun, this is the pivotal moment. You have to take ground here, and oh no, the turret's actually going to find one already. It's being broken down big time, and we are going to see that finally a response is made, as now Team Chris works themselves back into the fray. They're able to find one. Shaun's not even playing anymore. We see that he's just walked straight into the broadcast room. He's already left his damn team behind.
Already rage quit.
They do not have a hope in the
world.
world, and Chris is able to take that fight to him.
Ladies and gentlemen, things are happening here. Smoke is making his way to the desk. I think Team Shaun has just forfeited this match. Team Chris going to be securing the victory on ARAM. I totally forgot. I'll just pretend that we didn't actually say that, as Smoke is making his way back to the stage. 3-minute delay be damned. We are still here, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't even know what to say. What a fantastic match. Certainly one of the league matches of all time. Any league fans out there, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm sorry for the absolute awful casting that you just heard from that one. But do believe we are going to be getting a post-game interview, so we'll wait to hear from that. Smoke making his way. My producer is telling me to keep talking, so... Oh, wait, hold on. I guess we are ready to go. We'll throw to that interview right now, hopefully. There we go.
Well, welcome back, everybody. We did see the absolute disgusting match of whatever that was, whatever you want to call that. But Team Chris right now, victorious, as we can see. You have a 1-0 lead right now. You are so close to being titled the better bald head. What are your thoughts going into this Valorant Spike Rush match? And what are the stakes right now between you two?
Let's just say Shaun's only the esports director because I let him.
That is no easy statement to hear. Shaun, you brought this guy in. You gave him the opportunity, and now he's turned Anakin on you. What is your response to that, and how are you going to take him down in the Valorant Spike Rush before you compete in what could be your final hoorah as well, we know you might not be here for very much longer. You have somewhere to be at for.
You know what? I think our team was just kind of, a little bit of rope-a-dope, just trying to get them set up to really just put the hammer down in game 2. So I'm feeling confident, and I've got at least one draft pick ready to go here, and I think you're gonna take it home and it's a surpriser.
Well, that being said, Shaun, I will say you did lose the first matchup. Therefore, I'm going to award you with the first pick in the Valorant Spike Rush draft. So with that being said, who do you select?
I gotta go again with my coach. Hopefully he's around. I need Tillo back, coach, wherever he is.
I'm actually going to say, hold on. I am not going to allow you to pick Tillo because of the fact that he was already selected.
Gotta read the rule book, man.
It was stated you cannot pick a player who's already competed today. You gotta find someone.
Who can coach my Valorant team?
Fine. We'll scratch that. I've heard from Prod. We can scratch that rule since people left. But that being said, Tillo's not even here. So like,
Right there.
Is he over there?
I see Seth. Yeah, I see him. Right there.
Okay, I'm going to let you run real quick and grab him as your coach. And while that's being done, Chris, who are you going to select for your first pick in Valorant Spike Rush?
I think they're here. I've seen them play Valorant in summer camp. They're on the Overwatch team now. I'm gonna go with the rookie Kevin Fart.
And Kevin Fart being selected as we do. This is a familiar face for those who were watching Winter Wonderland. Absolutely came in. No one knew who he was, and he destroyed, farted on everyone. Apparently he went to esports camp, so there you go. He's going to be making his next appearance as Tillo walks back down the ramp as the coach. But here we go. Now as Shaun makes his way back, Mr. Bernie, you finally arrived, but I need you to make your second selection. I need you to also move into the frame. There you go. Your second selection now for Valorant Spike Rush.
I take Theo.
And Theo, the Holy Juan, being selected here, a member of the Marvel Rivals team, a very cherished member of our broadcast team as well, shared the desk with him many a time. Definitely very confident in his skill set. That's an interesting one there, Chris. How are you willing to respond? Note, you guys now have Sabotage picks available.
So he came in the other week. He was a part of our team a few years ago, and I remember everything. It's important to understand that. He mentioned that he was, I think, Ascendant in Valorant, and that's something I locked away. So I'm going to go with Swizz.
And Swizz being selected here for Valorant on Team Chris. Shaun, you have to respond to potential alleged Ascendant. We'll see if that's actually true or not. He's already nodding his head, so the confidence definitely is there. Is definitely all for show. With that being said, maybe a sign of weakness from Team Chris there. They might bottle it. So who are you taking for your next selection?
I take Yoroi.
Yoroi, Tyler being selected. A very good Apex Legends player in his own right. The skill set definitely there to be able to get the bomb down and hold down sight. But you're not going to let that happen, Chris, because with your next selection, who are you going to take?
He's a gunner. He's an OG. I'm picking R6 coach Kinger.
And Kinger being selected a man who I know very well, went to Indianapolis together for our own land down at Butler University. But in terms of Valorant, I honestly, I don't really think he's all that good, but maybe he will be. I don't know. Anyway, Shaun, back over to you. Your next
You got
pick.
a hand up. I got to go with the confidence. Let's go. Get up here.
And we don't even know who this is, but he's joining us now. He's on Team Shaun. He works for the SRC, student staff member, joining Shaun's team. Picked him purely off of confidence. And I will say, definitely the most confidence out of any of these other players, so he's probably going to destroy them. But Chris, now, who do you select? As I'm getting the info right now that he's actually Plat Diamond, so probably on the better end of players that you had.
I'm going to go with my Sabotage pick here.
Interesting.
They're on the Marble Rivals team. They play a lot of Jeff, so I know they can't aim. I'm going to give Shaun Wyatt.
And now, my roommate, Wyatt Swag Rapson, he's so betrayed. And this is absolutely monumental. The throw, but he might not even want to throw. He's so offended right now that Chris picked him. He might actually help Shaun out. Shaun, how many do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. This is potentially, you know, one of your last picks. Shaun, you got to get into frame. Mr. Bernie, you got to get in the frame.
I got to discuss with my team here.
You can discuss with your team while me and Evan are breaking down this illustrious matchup.
All right, we're
Who do you
taking our Sabotage pick, Yusuf.
And Yusuf, Thermal Rex, being picked for Chris's team. He hates it. His blood boiling. These sabotage picks might not work out because he might actually be somewhat decent. But I believe now as we do a head count, you guys need a coach. So who is your coach going to be, Chris? Who's going to lead your troops through battle?
So who wants to coach the winning team? Anyone in particular?
It's an open floor.
Take Adrian. Adrian, put a hand up. Adrian, come up here. He's coaching.
Adrian, he didn't even want to get picked the first time. He got picked.
Adrian Emroz.
Emroz now going to get picked out, so Adrian doesn't have to go through the embarrassment. So there you go, Adrian Emroz, get over here. You are going to be the coach for Team Chris. And now, as we are finally all set up, Shaun, you may need a sub, potentially. Who is going to fill the role in the event that you need to attend duties that are apparently more important than this, which I'm quite
You
offended.
can find her, but we'll just put Valerie in my spot. I think that's fair, right? Management for management, swap.
I think that's more than fair. We do have to find her, but in the events that Shaun does have to leave, Valerie, who is anything but bald, will now take over as the potential substitution
Maybe
for
a
Team
little hair
Shaun.
is all we need to turn this thing around.
Maybe it is. But to break this down further, I'm going to be sending it back to myself in a second and Evan, breaking down this matchup.
Love seeing Patrick shouting out himself, throwing it to himself, but what a draft that was. The drama, the betrayal, Wyatt, Swag, Rapson getting drafted as a potential sabotage pick. I think both sabotage picks actually aren't going to work out because Smoke, I know for a fact that Yusuf is quite good at Valorant. I think that one is absolutely going to blow up in Shaun's face. And again, our mysterious SRC representative, also a Valorant player as well. This one, at least on paper, I think is going to be a bit more competitive than the last league game that we just had to witness. What do you think?
Absolutely. Man, I don't even know what I'm doing out there.
Man,
I
you
can
gotta
tell
like take a breath now.
I
They're
can just
making
tell
you do
right
like double
now-
duty right now. Like,
Yeah,
just
I
take
can
a
tell you right
second.
now, I'm very excited. Wyatt did not look happy at all. So much disdain, so much distraught in those eyes as he was brought up, his name called.
He's gonna be playing with all that rage and all that anger.
Absolutely.
You know, he may be a Jeff player, but watch out. I mean, he could be pretty tough when he wants to. So you never know. I've seen Wyatt scrim Valorant a little bit, at least for our broadcast projects. Now, let me be honest. The boy might not be the best, but he's got heart.
Not the quickest hands in the West.
Maybe not, but he's got heart. He's got dedication. Very coachable. I think that he can produce for Team Shaun. I think this one is going to go to Team Shaun. That's my prediction.
That's very bold as, Team Shaun, they've got good players, but I believe Team Chris has the man, the myth, the legend, Kevin Fart.
Just
on
gonna,
their
say-
team,
I was
man.
just gonna say,
That
I
guy.
know who you're talking about.
For those who know, on the days where Daniil Betterson McGee was on desk, glazing Kevin Fart was all this man did all Winter Wonderland. And you know what? The talk spoke for itself, right? The gameplay, it was simply cinematic brilliance. And I think that if he's going to bring this sort of play back into the Spike Rush server, Team Shaun, they could be looking at an early exit, in my opinion.
We will have to see. I think either way, it's going to be a much more interesting match. And I think with Spike Rush as well, he sort of feeds into like more aggression as well. Like I think you're really going to see a lot of these actual Valorant enjoyers. They're really going to take advantage of this, and they're really going to want to show off their skills, especially because not only are they fighting for their own personal pride, but they're fighting for the honor, potentially, of the program director himself and the head of scouting. Like I said, a lot of stakes. A lot of stakes here is, I don't think we want to be leaving. We do want to be leaving that match there as we're getting set up.
Shaun needs
There
help
he
getting
is,
to
the
server.
ultimate gamer, Shaun Burney, getting ready to play some Spike Rush. Now, we talked to Shaun. Has Shaun, he must have played Valorant at least once in his life. At least once.
Does that help any
Well,
bit
no,
of
probably
confidence I would
not.
have
But
whatsoever? I don't think so right now, Evan. But I'll tell you this much: you got Theo on the lineup too.
look at Theo.
That man
looks
is a
locked
straight
in
shooter.
right now. Oh my! Look at Wyatt, just absolutely dialed in as well. I can just see the rage. Just
He's so
he's
pissed.
seething in rage right now. Not even saying anything to his team. Locked into the firing range, getting those reps in.
He is going to pick Omen. Just
I hope
TP
so.
to make ground or Neon as fast as he can. Whatever agent is quick, Wyatt is going to pick that, plant the spike, and completely leave sight. You would think in a throw situation, but he's mad at Chris. He doesn't want Chris to win. So that being said, this could potentially backfire. We've talked about it before. If he is an actual contender, I believe the sabotage pick as well for Shaun. He didn't make much of a better one either. It was Yusuf, an actual good player.
Yeah,
who-
Yusuf is quite good. That I don't know what Shaun was thinking there. I'm not sure why he picked Yusuf. I think that ultimately is what's going to do him. And I think Valerie is showing Shaun the different characters he can play, which
Yes.
not a good sign.
Which one do you like, Shaun? Just go ahead. Oh yeah, I like this guy.
You Valorant enjoyer? Smoke?
I dabble in a bit as we see Sage
Oh god.
being picked out
Jesus.
for Shaun. No, potentially not. He's still working it through his options. You know what? I was gonna say, what if we just put Shaun on
Put
the
him
most
on an
complex,
yeah, oh yeah.
the most complex agent? Don't make it any easier. Just put him on like someone who will never understand ever.
I think it's really just
Like a
going to be
whaler,
off of
like-
it's going to be off of vibes
like a harbor.
alone.
Go
okay.
ahead, make it happen.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think putting it on vibes alone, I think would be sick. You know what we should do? We should make sure Shaun gets a nice skin in the shop before he actually starts. Skins do equal wins in this game, so I think we should make Shaun spend a little bit of money to boost up his account a little bit. Get him a nice skin for a Phantom, just something.
I think if you look at our lower third right there, honestly, seeing Shaun's head on the right side of that 1-0, that should just be a charm in Valorant itself. You should
so
just be
true.
able to have that
So
as
true.
a weapon charm. It's just beautiful.
The exclusive St. Clair College in-game charm for Valorant. Mark that down as we get a look at the crowd here. Just an absolutely raucous crowd in the Nexus. Waiting to start. See, Chris is bored, man. We got to get this game going.
Yeah,
He's so confident.
he cannot wait, to be crowned the eventual champ if he takes this one home. Noah as well, Kinger on Team Chris, definitely one to look out for. I won't lie, sometimes he's not the most passionate inside the server. He's someone who can get very mentally distraught. You have to think, Adrian, as the coach, how are you going to keep troublesome players like Kinger in check. Same with Yusuf. Those guys are just absolute hotheads.
Well, now is the time as we're waiting to get into this match. Now is really the time to sort of
See, Yusuf doesn't even know. He's like, he has no idea what he's thinking. Yusuf, throw up a 1 right now if you're genuinely going to sabotage Chris.
No, he's
Or if
confident.
you're going to help Chris win, throw up a 2 right now if you can hear us. He's too locked in.
We
He's
saw
too
he was throwing up a W.
I think he's going to help Chris win. I think
so.
both teams, Chris and Shaun, have made absolute horrible mistakes in their sabotage picks. Maybe more Shaun than Chris, because at least Chris picked someone who he believes is just absolutely horrendous at Valorant as Wyatt. But the Yusuf pick backfired on him because I do believe he's just genuinely a diamond player.
And how do you think that must feel? Like, how do you think it would feel if you're in the crowd and somebody is picking you specifically because they think that you suck really bad at a video game, and that's why you've been chosen specifically? So just that little bit of extra salt in the wound, you know. You would think, at least if you're somebody like Yusuf or Wyatt, would be a bit of a motivation for this event here. But
yeah, but it's completely
will see.
backfired. I think if I was a sabotage pick, right, you have to look at it from a different lens. The team captains are picking you for that other person's team because they believe that you will help them win. You're technically just their 5th or 6th player. So with that attitude, if you bring that in, you will think Shaun picked Yusuf because he believes that Yusuf is good enough, understands the game well enough that if he tried to throw Team Chris's elo in the dirt, he would be very successful in doing that. And that takes wit, it takes skill, it takes intellect. And the same goes for Wyatt. Chris thinks that Wyatt is so bad to the point that he can help him win. Wyatt can take that as an insult, or he could take it as a compliment and think, no, you know what, he picked me because he wants
believes in me.
He believes,
He believes
in me,
that I can help him.
help him become the better of the 2 Baldies.
Man, what a way to look at it. So intelligent, so wise, so full of wisdom,
Yeah.
Patrick Smoke Chambers. You know, something else I was thinking of is another wild card when you're looking at Team Shaun is that, you know, we're rapidly approaching the deadline for Shaun's business that he has to attend to again. I can't believe it would be something more important than the most important event in St. Clair's history. You know, I think that really is.
We're looking at like
I think that
core
really,
2 right now.
really
He's
is
got
disappointing,
15
and
minutes.
I think very telling that the director of the program can't stay here for this illustrious event. But when you sub in Val for Shaun, how much of a bump is that then going to give Team Shaun? Because we know that Valerie, you know, she does have some time in Valor. I can't speak to her skill level. Not saying that she's bad or anything. If you're listening, Val, I'm not saying that. But
No, go on.
but
what
definitely,
do you really mean?
Definitely, she would definitely have more experience than Shaun in this game. If you know what I mean. So
You're wanting to word it very carefully. I will tell you right now, Evan. Valerie doesn't care. I don't think she genuinely cares. Because either way, at the end of the day, she's not bald. So who's really losing here?
So true.
Who's genuinely losing here? Like, think to yourself for a minute. She doesn't have to wake up, look in the mirror, and see nothing on her head.
That's cruel. that's
a W if I've ever heard it.
What a way to look at it. That
I mean, I'm not wrong.
I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just simply pointing out the fact that that. But hey, you said it, not me. But hey, we'll see what happens.
I'm a caster. I say it how it is.
You do.
You have to.
You do that. You are gonna say it how it is. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are finally getting into it here. Spike Rush. Team Shaun in green. Team Chris in red. Who will take this crown? Will Team Chris be the winner of the Battle of the Baldies as we get into round 1, the pistol round? Spike Rush.
And it's very interesting because I think, in pistol rounds, usually you want to be so composed, very patient. A lot of times we see people get a little bit too aggressive as Jet is going to find the first pick. Trade's going through, but it's going to be Nexus 2 with a second, a third. Can they find the quad? No, not quite. Going to be shut down by Swizz.
One enemy
Finally,
remaining.
a little bit of some gamer
Spike
tags here.
down
We can
mid.
tell that you're always going to be able to shut down Swizz. Finds the double as well. The headshot with the classic. Put it in the Browns. Book it. It's round 1 going over to Team Shaun.
See, I told you, Team Shaun going to be the team to take in Valorant Spike Rush. We saw Yusuf getting taken out immediately at the start of this round. Really unfortunate for one of Team Chris's potential heavy hitters. Oh, thank you. Thank you. We were just given a trophy for the desk and some nice little
I
pieces
hope our
here.
original
We'll,
try hasn't been swapped out.
Oh,
Val.
no, of
Can
course
you tell
not.
me
I
right
can
now
see
if
it
that's-
right now. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay,
It
good.
is very, very beautiful. I think whoever does end up winning this is going to be very happy they did. Nexus 2 opening up with a pick, but getting traded out by SCC. Nexus 1. Both teams deadlocked at 4 here. Some more picks are coming through for Team Shaun. Team Shaun establishing their dominance early here. Definitely a bit of a change up from ARAM.
Yeah, and you know what? Yoroi with that Guardian, usually used to rocking more of a 30-30 repeater himself, but definitely no difference there. You do not want that man on a marksman rifle. He's just too good as he holds down Garage. Is going to be able to find one, has the pickup of the extra health. The
Spike
overkill
planted.
goes through now.
One enemy
Can
remaining.
hold Garages. One remains and make that none. Is now it's going to be Team Chris down out for the count, and now Team Shaun will take their second round consecutively.
Yeah, another really solid round for Team Shaun all around. I think Tillo has to be pleased with how his team has been performing. I'm sure Shaun was involved in all of those kills. Tillo giving Shaun just a little bit of extra advice just to make sure he's comfortable in the game. I'm sure Shaun, is the team IGL in this case here. But again, Theo looking locked in. Not sure who is who on Team Shaun, but I'm sure Theo was definitely involved in a lot of those kills. He is that top fragger. We know how good he is at Marvel Rivals and Overwatch. He definitely has the ability to pop off when need be.
Absolutely, and I mean, Chris said in the draft, he said something about how, like, for Shaun, he made his success or whatnot. He said something absolutely brutal, and
Spike
Team
down
Shaun,
A.
they are not letting their head director be brutalized anymore in comments made about him. It's going to be the double tap that gets put back on, and as we see the double tap keeps on extending, we are going to get comms now on Team Chris.
I'm used to playing. Like I don't play Valorant, so should try and just tap.
I believe we hear that he doesn't
One
even
enemy
play
remaining.
Valorant.
Oh, as Yusuf can't clutch the
That's right,
final
okay.
pick.
I need to lock
Another
in. This
round.
is like how a typical
Going to
competitive
Team
game
Shaun.
goes
I'm
for me and
nervous,
Swizz, bro.
Yusuf nervous about playing on stage and in this big screen. I mean, I don't blame him with the stakes of this event here, this double S tier event that we're hosting right now. I mean, I can't blame the nerves, and especially when you're down 3-0 already. I mean, when you look at Chris now, I the vibes have to be at an all-time low right now.
I mean, Yusuf's already nervous. Maybe he's just trash. Like, maybe he just lied about being Diamond, and maybe the sabotage pick from Shaun, he knew something that we didn't.
I guess when you are the esports professor, you do get a bit more
There's
knowledge.
more
I think
knowledge
this is Shaun right here. I
It's
think
you and
I
me.
think Shaun is playing Sage for his own team. So if you're keeping track at home, it's definitely the way to go here. A couple more picks coming out here. That flick from Jet not connecting. Nexus 17 having to back
no.
off a little bit. Oh,
Oh,
lots.
no.
Oh my goodness! Don't show that one again. Definitely not making the highlight package with that one. Swizz getting the spike planted for
Last
This
player
ISO
standing.
is just going insane right
goodness
now.
gracious.
Dropped 3, and all of a sudden, a 3v2 to boot. Team Shaun, they're waning right now in their moment of opportunity. Down C long, they have to just press onwards, but you can see Team Chris, they've made an entire rotation. They're all the way into A now. If they can get this spike down, there is no one able
Spike
to contest
planted.
this. They can immediately take up positions in heaven, hell, and watch their crosses. And so long as they do that, this is going to be near impossible for Team Shaun to retake. The smokes go down, but it's not even going to happen. The crossfire already found. And with 3 seconds left to boot, it's not even going to matter. The round is already won. Team Chris, they find their first on the board.
Yeah, still nothing I think to worry about if you're Team Shaun. You give Team Chris at least one there, just not able to connect on certain picks there. We did see a little bit of whiffing with the Sheriff as Theo, giving Shaun some some more tips here on how best to play the game here. The rest of his team needing to step up to secure this W. I'm sure Shaun would love to get this victory before he has to leave in about 9 minutes. Shaun, you better hurry up.
Well, you know what? I must say, Shaun's team, when we look at it on paper, an SRC staff member who's in Platinum Diamond, Roy, who's a very good Apex Legends player and has the gun skill to carry over, and now, you know, you also have Tillo coaching and Theo. So really good shots. If you've ever seen Theo on May in Overwatch, some disgusting icicle plays that he's pulled off before. I've definitely had my moments on the desk commentating about him as well, and the style of play that he produces is simply fantastic, as we now see trades going back and forth. So now Team Shaun, again, they have no experience in being down in man count usually, but this a new one for them, as now a 4v3 left to boot, and it's going to be Swizz who finds the next pick. Give him a double as well, the wallbang flashing around B, but there's no one home. The lights are on, but nobody's home as now the lone Sage. I believe this could be Shaun. Accidentally drops his weapon. It's all in shambles. How are you even going to remotely get this back? Team Chris Comms going out live now, as this round is going to be soon but over. Marked by the trip. Team Chris, let's see what they had to say about that round win.
All right, Swizz. Hell yeah.
Team Chris just absolutely ecstatic, I think, after that win. I think they're just trying to stay locked in here as they're, you know, this comeback is beginning to come to fruition. Swizz clutching up for Team Chris. Shaun Burney, unfortunately, in the most important moment of his life, could not win that clutch. Now Team Chris has an opportunity to come back into the game after it looked like Team Shaun was going to run away with it. Another missed opening shot here into SEC Nexus 2. Can't connect either. Another opening pick for Team Chris. Early advantage for them. Now, if you're Team Shaun, you lose one of your big entry fraggers. Definitely swings the round. And another pick going for Team Chris. A bit of a trade, but still, Team Chris with the man advantage. Nexus 17 trying to get some more pot shots, but can't connect. Smoke goes out, gets caught in the crossfire, and this is all starting to fall apart for Team Shaun.
Spike down.
I was going to say, the crossfire, it's not going to be found. The hold happens, and it's going to be the Jet who finds the third, and all of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, Team Chris, they are right back in it, 3-3 apiece, as they mark their 3-round comeback. Chris smiles now, being shown just a little bit, looking a lot more comfortable as he can sense victory in sight.
Make sure you got to fist bump your coach there. Got to make sure the vibes are immaculate all around here. Team Chris, after going down early, rallied to tie this one up. Still more work to do, though, if they want to be considered the winner of this battle of the Baldies here. It's now Nexus 2 in another 1v1 battle. Cannot secure that pick. Another early advantage for Team Chris.
I'm really surprised that the sabotage picks right now, you know, they might be a little bit offended that they were picked out as the Hunter's Fury comes through. I was going to say they should be just flashing their teammates right now, but it's not even going to happen. The double tap, it just gives the ISO that little bit of protection he needs, finds the triple kill, and now working forward in this 3v5 scenario. Team Shaun, they're in the blender. No, Yoroi! That cannot happen to you as Swizz puts the man down. A beautiful round there as now Team Chris, victory in their sights.
Yes, Swizz rightfully standing up after that one. I mean, what a whiff from Yoroi there. I mean, you know, right in front of you, had the opportunity to secure that pick, not able to do it. Now Team Chris, and look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Substitution for Shaun Burney himself. Valerie has made her way to the desk in Team Shaun's time of need. Val could be the spark that Team Shaun needs this is match point for Team Chris. This is going first to 5, and a good start for them as Yusuf opens the scoring with the pick.
I was going to say, but they take and see very quickly. It's going to be the Phoenix Defiance too, but then the ISO answers back. Plant going down now on C and is able to get the spike down. And now that Tour de Force as well can just hold down C long. They just need to make sure they play the crosses and keep their composure. The ISO, 9 bullets just hold very steadily here as we see the Jet trying to make a move forward. Finds the Phoenix trades going back and forwards. The double right now from the Jet. Swizz down for the count. And now the Tour de Force is going to get to work. A wall bang, a quick double as well is all that was required. As now, I believe it is going to be Team Chris taking that 5th and final round. I believe it was first to 5, so I think they have officially done it, as I believe it is now Team Chris who is the best of the balls, although I do see they're still in bye phase. I heard it was first to 5, but I think they want to play for a little longer.
I mean, I think we are getting
Yeah,
confirmation
done,
that they
but we don't
are
know what they're
done.
doing.
I do want to add that shout out to Yusuf for securing that win for Team Chris. He had a rough start to the game, but able to secure the final 2 picks.
Yeah, I was going to say, just to throw it out there, nothing else from here on out matters.
Yeah, I think they're just
The
playing.
game's over. It was first
Now,
to
at this
5,
point,
so we get a couple of free rounds. Why not?
might as well get some free Valorant for everybody. Team Chris looking to just add insult to injury over Team Shaun and make that lead just a little bit bigger. But yeah, again, congratulations to Team Chris. Officially going to be the winner of the Battle of the Baldies. Not sure if they want to do the GeoGuessr 3rd game just because, but we will get further confirmation once they decide when this Valorant Spike Rush game will end. All right, I guess they decided
This is so
just
chalk.
all of a sudden they're going to go first to 7.
We were told that it was first to 5
Maybe they
very
lied to
clearly,
us.
but now first to 7 is going to be the score. So all of a sudden, Team Shaun, they thought they were out of it.
Spike
They
planted.
thought first to 5. It's what was advertised. But now as you see Team Chris allowing that first to 7 to be a thing, Team Shaun, they can still come back now.
But Team Chris, notice how they stayed locked in despite the fact that they didn't know if this match was going to mean anything or not. You could just tell in the way that they're playing, they were just...
It might not matter anyway.
It does not matter at all. They are just looking to secure this one now and do it in style. Another round for Team Chris. One more, I guess, now officially before they can consider themselves a win. Team Chris, Wyatt Swag Rapson, the star of Team Shaun.
He did a good job in selling. I mean, at minimum,
Yeah.
he got the job done. He sold, and now Team Chris is most likely to be victorious because of that.
And that's exactly why Chris
That's why
chose
Chris
Wyatt. He was his double agent on this team. 2 opening picks going the way of Team Chris. But look at MG Ultra finding a double of their own to give Team Shaun a chance to make this a bit more interesting. SEC Nexus ISOing off. Nexus 8 can't win the
That's
1v1
not good.
as Sova wins that 1v1. Swizz adding another one for Team Chris. But not many members of Team Shaun left alive as Nexus 13 going on a bit of a lurk. Does find one.
What?
Oh my
What?
goodness. Oh
No,
my goodness
absolutely no. That
That looked like,
cannot
that looked like
happen.
my Valorant gameplay. Holy. Just an incredible wasted opportunity there as Swizz just deletes MG Ultra from the lobby.
That's going to be it. That's going to be the decider. It is all wraps here as Team Chris is finally victorious in the Battle of the Baldies. A matchup that was so good. It lasted all day. If you consider all day about 30 minutes.
Well, they were trash talking each other all day, I believe. So this has been sort of something that's been building for a while. Is now my glorious co-caster leaving the desk to go do the winners interview Team Chris. It's all good fun, all handshakes all around. This is a fun event for everybody. But Team Chris ultimately coming out on top. He is king. I don't even know. Do you want the title to say that you're the baldest one? I guess not. I guess you'd want to be the least bald compared to Shaun. But I guess we're going to hear from Chris as soon as Smoke is able to get over to the interview location. I'm just going to yap for a little bit to fill the dead air. Oh yeah, make sure you grab the trophy. You left without the trophy. Make sure you get it. Yeah, sure. I don't know why you're asking me, but I don't know why they're asking me if they could do stuff with the trophy, but I mean, I don't care. We will finally get a trophy reveal, an epic reveal of this trophy we've been hyping up all day long. I believe it's going to be Owen presenting the trophy. As look at Smoke, waiting for the interview with Chris, waiting with bated breath. But we're going to send it over to Smoke right now.
Welcome, everyone. I'm here with the victor of Battle of the Baldies 2025, Chris Funston. You've done it. You are victorious. Let me get your first thoughts after the matchup.
GG easy.
That's it. Sometimes, you don't have to say a lot. Not very good, not very PR trained. You're usually meant to give us longer answers than that, but that's okay. We can work with that for now. What you can also work with is our trophy. You are victorious. This is your reward. There you go. Show it to the camera. He wins a shampoo bottle. There you go. The Rays of Champions. It will last him a lifetime, as he says. But, any final thoughts of how you crushed your opponent today? What you're looking forward to this year from Saints Gaming as well? I know this is kind of a shocked first event, but we just kind of ran it on the fly, and it was kind of fun. So looking forward to the more serious things that we have this semester and onwards for the whole year. What are you most excited for?
That's hard to say, but it was really fun getting everyone involved, especially with people that don't normally play those types of games. But being the recruiting guy, I get to see the games that everyone's plays. I guess I got an inside track onto, maybe they're non-main games, so to speak. So that's why I was able to pick up the players that I did and was able to win with them. But yeah, just looking forward to everything as always. Watching these guys and girls succeed in and out of the classroom and games, always fun to watch. Playing, that's the most video games I play, to be honest with you. Playing usually vicariously through everyone, watching them on Twitch every night. So looking forward to that the most.
Yeah, absolutely is. That's going to close it out for today. So this was 2025 Battle of the Baldies. Chris Funston, again, your champion, winner of the shampoo bottle. And we will be back next year, as this is now, as I'm declaring, this will be an annual event. So get ready for next year. And for Saints Nation, we're going to close out here. We will see you all next time.